Good afternoon, NAX and PHA fans. It is game 2 of 3 here in lovely Caronport, live at the Barkman Arena. NAX coming to the rink, to the ice. Lots of grit and determination on their minds after coming away with an 8-2 loss yesterday. Looking to even up the score today. Thanks so much for joining us. Let's take a look at the lineup. NAX, number 1, Satori Tam. 4, Ethan Oldford. 6, Ethan Canlish. 7, Ethan Field. Lots of Ethans. 8, Juan Lavadne. 9, Gabe Estevez. 10, Matthew Brown. 11, Ethan Lobe. 12, Milo Nolan. 14, AJ Dutchik. 15, Adam Bilibegovic. 16, Jesse Barber. 17, Red Dahl. 18, Lincoln Philpott. 19, Holter Left-Hand. 20, Reed Fellows. 21, Katie Chartrand. 22, Lucas Morin. 23, Riley Wood. 35, Jaden Dirks. Head coach Ryan Blom. Assistant coach Ethan Beatty. There you have it. The 2025-26 roster. U17 AAA for the Northern Alberta Extreme. If you're joining us from PHA side, Prairie Hockey Academy, there are your amazing players. Number 2, Addison Wanner. 3, 2, 5, as I can count. Tony King. 7, Bentley McMaster. 8, Tristan Reimer. 9, Eric Helen. 10, Slade Trombley. 11, Bode Lala. 12, Reed Kawaguchi. 13, Noah Delorier. 14, Ivy Vermillion. 15, Rhett Beneschuk. 16, Jake Meyer. 17, Case Gellner. 18, Corbin Wells. 19, Soren Hayden. 20, Caleb Crow. 21, Kayan Belton. 22, Hudson Wasalenka. 30, Caden Gregoire. 33, Connor Aldag. Head coach Gary Clark. Assistant coach Mika Abbott. I think today's stream is going to go a lot better. Let me know in the comments, or if you're on the NAX parent WhatsApp group, shoot me a message and let me know if the feed is weird. Because it's the internet and it's technology and it's 2025. Why would that be weird? Nah. You know, one of my biggest hobbies is internet hunting. I've been to so many different arenas, and the first thing I do is not walk in there and find a seat, is I check the Wi-Fi connection. Isn't that weird? Yesterday, if you joined me on the live stream, you would have seen a lot of like colored vertical bars, which basically is not a hockey game. I fixed the problem. I believe it was my HDMI cord going from my camera to my broadcasting phone. Hopefully I fixed the problem so you don't have to look at a bunch of colored bars. And I've just been informed, this news media just in, number 18, Lincoln Philpotts. I'll get your spelling right next time. I promise. That's it. I love it. Thank you. Send those messages. Put it on the chat. Just say, hey, you know what? We don't really know what you're talking about, Alvin. But let's see. Where is the live chat? As always, throw in some comments there. It's been started off by my lovely mom and dad. Henry and Ella Tam say go NAX. Mama Yaya watching from Kelowna. If you didn't know, Mama Yaya is grandma, grandpa in Chinese. And now you know. It won't help you at the dim sum restaurant, so don't try. Over here, if you're joining us from Prairie Hockey Academy, there they are. Warming up with just a minute and a half left. And I know you're anxious, you can't wait. Let's get right to the game. But they get 5 minutes, so too bad. In those 5 minutes, I'm gonna drink my very natural colored Gatorade. Berry flavor. Today, your NAX players woke up and they had lunch somewhere, and then presumably had a bit of like study hall time. Is what I read on the schedule. As you know, the Alberta teacher strike. None of these kids have school, but they still show up for hockey half of the day because that's academy scheduling. So they had study hall time sometime this weekend, and I'm curious what that actually means. Also yesterday, if you caught my rant about junior high dances and music, you could completely ignore that. I might go into another rant today. For some reason, hockey arenas play all the music I grew up to in the late 80s and 90s, like Bon Jovi and Bon Jovi. Also, I'm the one with the mic, so too bad. I mean that in the most kindest of ways. There goes the buzzer. That's the end of the warm-up, and as they collect the pucks, we'll be getting ready for the start of the game. Yesterday we had a shout out from one of the players on the PHA team for number 14 Ivy Vermillion. I hope I'm getting your name. Vermillion. His dad, I think it's Rory, is watching from Netherlands. Tell us where you're from. Where are you watching from? Maybe it's Grand Prairie, maybe Fort McMurray. I've had somebody watch from Mexico and I believe it was Spain at the same time. And I didn't feel sorry for either of them. Standing by for the national anthem. I wouldn't hold it against you if you stood up in your own room and took your hats off and sang "Oh Canada" along with us. And if you didn't, I also won't hold that against you.
For our first Christian Academy and Prairie Hockey Academy, we'd like to acknowledge that these games are occurring on ancestral lands of many First Nation, Inuit, and Métis people, which is included in Treaty 4 territory. Please stand if you're able to remove your hats while playing our touch.
you have it. Nothing makes it more an official hockey game than the national anthem. Starting lineup, number 4, Oldford. 21, Chartrand. 17, Rhett Dahl. 16, Jesse Barber. In net today, number 35, Jaden Dirks. 60 minutes on the clock. Here we go. Taking the face off, number 8, Levodny. Oldford fires that one down into the PHA zone already and picking it up as Dahl in the corner. Sliding up the boards. Chartrand keeps it in, and now PHA coming through center ice. Passed over to number 14, Vermeulen. That shot slides wide of the net. Back out the other way. Jesse Barber on the trace for Tremblay. Turned around there for Chartrand. He rings it around the board for Dell. Dell bats it up just a little bit too far for Levodny. Intercepted by Oldford, and now he makes his way across the blue line. Taken on along the boards, and that's chipped up over and bounces back into the PHA zone. Spun back for Philpotts in the zone. Up for Wood. That bounces past, and that'll be icing. One minute, 3 seconds into the first period. Action on both ends of the ice already. No shots on net. At the point for Wells, that's fired into the corner. Tipped over for 16. Centered in front, people fall, and that's chipped out to center ice. Wells fires it back in again. And now Bilibegovic behind for Wood. Up to the blue line for Wells, trying to tip that one in and clear it to the side. 17 for PHA. Coming clear. Lobe to Philpotts. Back to Lobe. Nice pass. Takes a shot. Swallowed up by their goalie, number 30, Caden Gregoire today. Held for face-off just under 2 minutes into the first period. Now racing through center ice. Kawaguchi, number 12. Flanked by 20. Fellows. Oh, back all the way down to the other side. Duchek takes one out. That centering pass doesn't quite coalesce. NAX is all fired up. Maybe you can't hear from your position there at home, but they are cheering when there's some hits there. Dirks out of the net to put the stop behind the net, and up to Duchek. That shot right on net. Dirks sharp on the save, and a little bit too far. No, well, icing indeed. Icing called. Left hand was on the chase there. 17:08 left in the first period. Thanks for joining us. This is game 2 of 3 here in lovely Cairnport. It's 20 minutes just outside of Moose Jaw. If you didn't know that, I didn't know that. I didn't know Cairnport existed, but I heard of Moose Jaw. Now I know where Moose Jaw is. Moose Jaw is a very beautiful touristy town. Actually, a group of us parents went on the Tunnels of Moose Jaw tourist attraction this morning. I'll tell you more in a second. And that shot deflects off a body. Kawaguchi takes, sorry, that was Wasilenka. That shot off the side net, and that's picked up by left hand. That deflects all the way down the ice, no icing. Estevez over to Brown. Lots of yelling on the ice. Kids are charged up. A 3 p.m. game. Centering pass. What a shot! Oh! Nolan with a shot and a rebound, and Matthew Brown at the doorstep, but couldn't quite get that one fired into the net. And is icing against PHA. What a beautiful battle this is. Wish you could be here, but second best thing is joining us live on the live stream. Love to have you here. Please pass out this link. The facebook.com/NAXU17 is our unofficial Facebook group page. And I'll be posting all the links and schedules on that page. Photos too. In the corner. Looking for that centering pass that gets deflected off the body back to center. Oldford back to retrieve it. Quick pass up to Philpotts. It dumps it into the corner. Chasing it. It's Morin. Over to the other side, Oldford. Put some body into it. Now let's chip back into the corner for number 10, PHA. Long pass intercepted. Oldford almost had a chance. Now up to 19 of PHA. Takes a shot. Save by Dirks. Wells for PHA takes a shot right on net, and Dirks cradles it and covers the rebound. Just about 5 minutes into the first period, we see lots of action. Shots on net equal at 3-3. Yeah, this morning we checked out the tunnels of Moose Jaw, and did you know that Moose Jaw was instrumental in the era of the Prohibition and ties with Al Capone? I didn't know that. Vermillion. PHA driving into the corner. Wells from the blue line takes a shot, intercepted by Wood. Here comes Riley, breaking out through the center ice. He dumps it in as NAX goes for a line change. Fresh bodies on the ice and intercepted. That bounces in. Lavadne. He takes a sharp angle shot. Pad save. Deflected to the other side. NAX putting on pressure early on in this first period. Deflected all the way down the ice. No icing. Yes, there is icing. It's just delayed icing. 5 minutes and 25 seconds. You know what? The one thing about announcing is I've gotten very good at subtracting from 60 to give you the run time. 14:35 or 5 minutes and 25 seconds. Look at that. Who knew I could do math? Lavadny takes the face-off. Barber over to Wood. Wood tees it up, takes a shot. He's looking for that goal. And that's covered. Bodies fall, and there's a little bit of a standoff right there, but fortunately no shoving and pushing. That'd be a little too early. Al Capone was instrumental in the Prohibition, of course, based in Chicago. But Moose Jaw, being close to the border and on the rail system, was a big part of getting booze into the States. I bet you didn't know that. I had no idea. We were taken on a very interesting tour by actors into the tunnels underneath Main Street Moose Jaw. It was incredible. 5 minutes and 12 seconds in, or no, my bad. See, I can't do math. 52 seconds, 42 seconds. Back to center ice. Oh, that's tipped up to number 19. 17, sorry. That was broken up. 16 dumps it in, and over to the other side, Riley Wood clears it up to Jesse Barber, tips it past. Chasing it is 21. Hudson Wasalenka. Now Delorier for PHA. Long pass that goes way too far, and chasing it is Chartron, icing once again. 13:42 remaining in the first period. Thanks so much for joining us on this live stream. Today, I have a better live stream. Did you notice that? There's no colored vertical bars. I had a faulty HDMI cable yesterday, so I stole this one from the motel. Whoops! Did I just say that on live internet? Oldford fires it back down, and that rings around the boards to the other side. .21 PHA chips it out, almost out. Stopped and now fired over. A few gloves down, gloving the puck down, and now Oldford starts to carry it out up for Fellows. Fellows dumps it into the corner. Centering pass. Didn't quite connect with Oldford. Up along the boards. Chipped in by PHA. PHA from the corner. Intercepted by left hand. Held in by PHA. Chartron regroups. A little bit of a tornado collision right at the blue line now. PHA trying to drive through, broke it up before they get to the net. NAX displaying a much tighter game already in this first period. Refusing to let the shots go by. 3 to 6 shots, or 6 to 3 shots. Meaning that PHA has seen more shots on net. They circle. Wow, that was a loose puck and broken up again once again. Fellows puts some body into it, takes out Kawaguchi. And NAX trying to get it out of the zone. Right in front of the net once again, held in. That's fired into the corner. Left hand puts some body into it and takes out one of the players. Still in the zone though. And now finally a breakout. Here comes Duchek. He dumps it in wisely as fresh bodies come on the ice. That was a long shift. 11:16 left in the first period. Cadlish chips it in and something's happening here. Well, you're joining us in Game 2 of 3 here in Caronport, Saskatchewan, as we watch and follow the NAX incredible U17 athletes take it to the road. This is their first bus road trip. Edmonton to Moose Jaw, I think that was about 8 hours in a bus. Meyer takes a shot that bounces off Estevez. NAX, I just see that we are on a penalty kill. In the box is one of the NAX players. PHA on their first power play. Lots of penalties yesterday. That shot right on net. Dirks makes the save. Whoa, that one-timer 16 with a chance. Another one that goes wide. 2 wide shots and NAX trying to clear the puck. 1:11 left in the penalty. Belton fires one and finally Estevez manages to clear that one down the ice. Shots even at 6. PHA making up for that. Big save. What another save. Dirks covers that one on the rebound and keeps it out. Belton back to retrieve it. Lavadny fighting for the puck for number 19, killing some time. 26 seconds left on the penalty. 9:30 left in the first period. And 5 drops it. Cross ice for nobody. Bovane clears it out. 10 seconds left on a penalty. Last push for PHA. Kawaguchi. Centering pass tipped away. Held at bay by Bilibegovic. NAX back at full strength. Wasylenka, PHA. Leaves it for the corner. Riley Wood up to Fellows. Fellows takes it out. Over the left hand. Chipped up to Duchik. Duchik in the corner. Cross ice pass. Beautiful centering pass. That was a rocket. Nobody got a stick on it. Now through center ice. Fellows dumps it back in, and puck up for grabs. 8:31 left in the first period. Beautiful centering pass. A little bit out of reach for Lobe. That bounces all the way back to the NAX zone. Chartron puts a move on it. Oldford behind the net. Leaves it for Philpotts. Held in by Wells. Oldford over to the other side. Now Lobe making the rush. He crosses the blue line. Centering pass. Morin does a 180. Slaps it towards the net just wide. Now for Candlish. Candy as his teammates call it. Oh, just a bit too far. Field trying to keep it in. Now through center ice, Candlish. He's diving for it now. In behind the corner, centering pass. Oh, a chance right there for Philpotts. 3-on-1. Kept out by Dirks. A pass. Flipped up by Lobe, chasing the puck. That was number 2 and 10. Lots of action just now. 6:48 left in the first period. A very different game looking from yesterday. So Riley Wood. Now number 10 for PHA, over to 2 PHA. Wenner. Number 10 is Tremblay. Over to 13, Delorier. Long pass, 17. To Delorier, takes a shot. Now goes over the net. Stolen. Riley. There's going to be a penalty coming up. No penalty. I saw a hand go up by the ref. Nolan, nice pass up to Barber, that connects, and he crosses over the blue line. Chips it all the way in. Chasing it is Brown. Wood fires it behind the net. That bounces to the other side. There's Nolan. Nolan once again. Number 19, Hayden. Rushes the net. What a save. Dirks keeping it out. Nolan once again in through center ice. Over to Estevez. Non-stop action end-to-end here at the Barkman Arena in the first. 4:55 left. Remaining. Shots on net, 9-6. PHA. Oldford. Touched the puck there for a second. Now number 14, Vermeulen. Trying to send with the pass. That rings around the other side. Going for it now again through center ice. That goes behind the net, and here comes PHA regrouping. Long pass up to Kawaguchi, that connects. That pass thwarted by Chartrand. Centering pass bounces off the side, and now once again 2-on-1. What a shot! And Dirks covers without a stick. Let's check out that replay there. 0-0 still in the first period. 4 minutes and 7 seconds left. What a game. Thank you so much for joining us. Please share and send out this link to all the people that you know. Doesn't matter what side you are on, we're all on the same side, which is making sure these kids have a great experience playing hockey. In the end, I think that's all we want. Unless you're like goalie parents, where all we want is for our team to win. Anyway, here comes Candlish, who fires it down into the PHA zone. Long pass up. Now Candlish once again. Definitely a more physical game in game 2 here. Diving block. Kawaguchi picks it up. That shot over the net. That trickles back out to center ice. Wells, PHA, picks it up. He dumps it in. I see a stick on the ice. Somebody's missing their stick. Well, I did not just burp into the mic. You didn't hear it. In the corner. Oh, I see a broken stick. What I see is like hundreds of dollars evaporating. That shot, hard shot by Morin. That just touched wide of the net. Over to 11. And offside is what they're going to call it. So much action, folks, and 2:41 left in the first period. We'll take a look at the comments as we get into the first intermission, but a message to all the parents and listeners out there: if you have a business, organization, or cause you'd like to promote, send it over to me. Send me a message at alvintam1@gmail.com. I'll put it in the comments later. Happy to throw a logo up there during our first intermission. Hey, I need content for my intermission. You don't want to listen to me talk for 10 minutes. Or do you? Now through center ice, that bounces into the PHA zone. 2 minutes and 31 seconds remaining in the first period. Scoreless. Dahl backhands it back into the PHA zone. Long pass, touches nobody, and that's going to be icing. Well, like I said, happy to promote anything that you might have in ways of our business, organization, or cause. The best thing we can do is just help each other in this very small community, but you never know who you're going to meet in a group of 30, 40, or 50 people. Maybe there's people you just don't want to meet. That's true too. Going for it, takes a shot, that goes wide. Flipped back into the PHA zone, now at center ice. Chartrand retrieves it behind the net. Flipped up over to Morin. Dirks gloves that one down for a face-off. 1:32 remaining in the first period. Now, for example, last year when I was live streaming for Satori's team, one of the dads was a property management service, so lawn maintenance, weeding, fertilizing of lawns for stratas. It was nice to be able to promote that. What a shot by number 22. And snuck one by Dirk's pads off the face-off. In the remaining seconds of this period. PHA opens the scoring 1-0. A few comments on the thread. I'm going to get to them in just a minute. 1:27 left in the first period. 1-0 PHA, just putting the first one in. Shots on net, 13-6, and now 17 takes a shot. Lavade trying to take that one out, but it gets fired back behind the net again. Riley. And this is what's interesting about this age of performance and sport. Kids are wildly different in height and weight. Dirks puts a glove on it. Another face-off with 54 seconds left. Yeah, you might be on the ice and you have one kid who's 5'6" and another kid who's 6'2". What a discrepancy. Have you ever had teenagers? You'll know. Like one kid will be eating like one chicken leg and the other one will eat 5. Costco, baby. Barber sends it back to the other side. Dahl trying to tip it along the boards. That gets caught up. Over to Hayden. Now Wood. Number 5 PHA. Once again stopped by Dirk and another face-off with 24 seconds remaining. Like I was saying, it's fascinating, that Moose Jaw Tunnel tour this morning. Took us through the history of Moose Jaw as part of the prohibition smuggling alcohol into the States. I didn't know that. And that Al Capone made it, had his own kind of little headquarters right here. Scarface from Chicago. A little bit of history in Canada. Centering pass, stopped by Wells. Chipped into the corner. That shot fired from the point, saved by Dirks. And that's the end of the first period. 1-0. Shots on net in favor of PHA, 15-6. Yeah, go ahead, man. Once again, comments. Beverly Frey Wilson says, play hard team, give it all you got, ready to play hard. Love you. Grandma Bev from Hinton. Grandma Bev, thank you so much for joining us all the way from Hinton. We appreciate your audience viewership. Jake and Lindsay Folkerts, Lacombe, Vaughn's mom and Jake. Go boys go. All right. And now we have 88 Zane. 88 Zane is my cousin's son. He says, hi, Uncle Alvin. What's up, Zane? Good to see you on the live stream. We're breaking for intermotion. But first I'm going to tell you a little bit about more of the Moose Jaw Tunnels tourism expedition thing. I had no idea what it was. I signed up. Some of the parents put it together. Thank you so much, Chad, for organizing that. A bunch of parents got together and had no idea what it was, but essentially tunnels, underground systems underneath Moose Jaw where booze was made and distributed to bootleggers. Bootleggers being the people that would take the alcohol and smuggle it into the States. I learned a few things today about basically smuggling alcohol into the States, except we don't really need to do that anymore. I'm gonna leave you at that. I'm gonna go drink my tea. You go get your lovely snacks. Go pee, please go pee. And come back in about 13 minutes. I'll leave you on the clock. All right, folks, welcome back to the second period. We're just about getting ready to get started here, but I have a very important thing to share. I was just out in the lobby here. I'm going to flip the camera around in 1 second here. Hey, in case I haven't met you, I am Alvin, a goalie dad, Satori's dad, and I was just out in the lobby and I ran into a very lovely entrepreneur. Her name is Ariel Lobe. She makes bracelets for $2. Fantastic. So I would definitely encourage you, when you're around in games live and she happens to be making bracelets, go get them. $2 for a bracelet. Look at that. What a way to support the team. She makes all sorts of bracelets, of course. So here with her brother Ethan Lobe, number 11. So way to go, Ariel. Great bracelet. That's awesome. We're just about to get ready for the second period. Lock into your seats there. 20 minutes on the clock. It's 1-0. A very different game than what we saw yesterday, as NAX coming off an 8-hour bus ride the day before. That always has something to do with it. You know, yesterday I may have been a little bit more quiet. I don't know, maybe you did find me quiet. Maybe you don't find me quiet at all. Maybe you're like, man, I wish that announcer would just stop talking. But you know, that's not what announcers do. Announcers have to talk. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is yesterday, I drove 8 hours. I had a headache. So maybe I was not as animated as I usually am. Who knows? Anyways, doesn't matter. 20 minutes on the clock, second period. Here we go. Yeah, call your friends and family. Say, hey, you know what? Get off the pot. Get back in front of the TV. Let's watch YouTube. 22 fires it back in. Dahl leaves it for Levadne. Up to Barber. Barber chases it in. Levadne behind the net. Oldford holds it in along the boards. Now into the corner. Chased by Levadne. Dahl takes out his man, and that slides through center ice. Oldford back to get it. Bouncing puck gets settled, and now Oldford once again. Levadne circles behind. In the corner still now Dahl. Moving up, long pass, a little bit too far for Barber. Back down, that's icing. 56 seconds into the second period. The public service announcement is, go buy a bracelet. From Ariel Lobe, making bracelets in the lobby. What a great way to spend time at a hockey game. Only $2. I don't know what they're talking about, so I'm going to talk about this a little bit more. Look at that. Some fine craftsmanship with the letters. It's blurry, so you can't see it. But NAX. Face off in the PHA zone. Icing. Shot around the boards. All the way down to the NAX zone. Here comes Bilibegovic. Chips it towards the net. That just goes wide. A wind up from the side. Philpotts puts it right on net, and Caden Gregoire, the goalie, PHA, holds for a faceoff. Well, like I always say, don't be shy. Put some comments in. Tell me a little bit about, tell me about your life. Zane is asking, is Satori playing? Zane, Satori played yesterday, so in net is number 35, Jaden Dirks, the other goalie. Satori's on the bench, always ready. If you aren't familiar with how it sets up, there's always 2 goalies per team. Both goalies get dressed, just in case one goalie gets hurt, or if they want to switch out goalies. Two minutes and 45 seconds into the second period already, and so much action. Bummed that you couldn't join me here live, but you know what? Hey, if you live in Grand Prairie, Netherlands, or Mexico, it would be a bit of a trip. So thank you for joining us on the live stream. Joining us today so far, Kelowna, Hinton, I'm seeing the stream is looking creepy right now.